by drunk drivers, and people who abuse alcohol develop deadly liver disease and many other health issues. However, how often do you hear about someone dying from marijuana? We all live in the same economy and all have the same rights. Living in America, we watch as things change for better or for worse. And this is a giant change for the United States. I am a college student in 2014, and it is a pressing issue that you can't help but to hear something about. If you do not already support the idea, I want you to consider supporting it because it can end the prohibition of a substance much less harmful than the ones that are legal. It is much better than alcohol in terms of uses and damage done, and marijuana has many uses and positive aspects other than the well-known use of smoking. There are many problems with the prohibition of marijuana that affects not just users, but all citizens. There are many obvious and hidden issues of the prohibition of marijuana. The economy is lacking due to making a substance less harmful than alcohol illegal. A lot of tax money is hidden in the legalization of marijuana. It is in fact that the states who have legalized it are being affected positively. There are so many uses for cannabis other than as a mind-altering substance. The prohibition harms many sick people who could be greatly helped by the medicinal purposes. Alcohol is much more harmful to society in the human body than marijuana, but is still surprisingly legal. According to an article called "Alcohol is a Bigger Danger to Health and Society Than Marijuana," Americans say, on HuffingtonPost.com, Matt Ferner says that alcohol has been found to be more lethal than many other commonly abused substances. According to a study from American scientists, just 10 times the recommended serving of alcohol can lead to death, while a marijuana user would have to consume 20,000 to 40,000 times the amount of THC in a joint in order to be at risk of a fatal overdose, according to a 1988 ruling from the Drug Enforcement Administration. Alcohol has been a factor in many violent or domestic crimes. However, marijuana is actually considered to lower the aggressive behavior. Sure, you probably think cannabis should still not be legalized, which leads me to my second main point. Is alcohol really worse than marijuana? Marijuana has been talked down on by many politicians and some of the media, but is it really worse? Alcohol contributes to many deaths each and every year. However, marijuana does not. In an article called "Americans Finally Understand That Marijuana is Less Harmful Than Alcohol" on the Washington Post website, Christopher Ingraham stated that alcohol was the most dangerous of all the drugs studied, vastly more dangerous than other drugs in terms of harm to society, and behind only meth, crack, and heroin when it came to harm of users. Now that I've discussed the cons of alcohol compared to marijuana, I'd finally discuss what makes marijuana a positive thing for America. Cannabis can be a very positive thing. The U.S. would save a lot of money on the war on drugs. Also, there would be a tax revenue in the billions each and every year from the sales. This means that users are happy and the rest of the U.S. is happy because the tax money would go back to the people in the form of tax returns and government facilities such as schools. Legalization would put a lot of drug dealers out of business and make it harder for children to get. In an article by Paul Armamento on thenormal.org, he states, in a CASA study, they found that 40% of teens could get marijuana within a day, another quarter said they could get it within an hour. In another portion of the survey, teens between the ages of 12 and 17 say it's easier to get marijuana than buy cigarettes, beer, or prescription drugs. The tax money from legalization would be used to control and monitor the purchases instead of just being able to go to a random person on the street who would sell it to anyone. Marijuana can be used as a resource for many different things. In the book Hemp, A New Crop with New Uses for North America, it is stated that hemp can be used to manufacture many things including fiber, textiles, pulp and paper, plastic, construction, food, oil, and many other possibilities. The book also states that Henry Ford used hemp to build one of the first automobiles due to its use in conveyance, low density, and weight reduction. Favorable mechanical, acoustical, and processing properties including low wear on tools, no splintering and accidents, occupational health benefits compared to glass fibers, and no off-gassing of toxic compounds and price advantages. Cannabis has many proven medical capabilities also. In an article in Time magazine by Kay Picker, she states that medicinal marijuana for epilepsy patients is low in THC, the compound that produces marijuana's psychoactive effects, and high in CBD, a compound believed to reduce seizures in those suffering from certain forms of epilepsy. People have used medicinal marijuana since BC to treat everything from depression to cancer. It has progressively become legal and has shown the pros of legalization. As of this year, it is medically legal in 23 states and fully legal in 4 states: Washington, Alaska, Oregon, and Colorado, and in the District of Washington, D.C. In conclusion, the prohibition of marijuana is not just harmful to users, but to society as a whole. The thing most people don't know is it has many other uses than just smoking. It has many capabilities and is much less dangerous than alcohol, which is legal, so why not legalize it? Due to issues of prohibition of marijuana, the danger of alcohol compared to marijuana, and all the great things that can come from ending prohibition, legalization is the way to go. So if you support your country and want to increase the status of the economy, or know someone who could be helped by medicinal cannabis, or even just want to end the war on drugs, I encourage you to give legalization of marijuana a try, or at least just look at it more, and decide if prohibition is truly justified. That is it.